Something different, something utterly unexpected, was decoded by NASA from the latest transmission sent by Voyager 2. It wasn't just a surprising update. It was a revelation that shook the entire scientific community. What they found wasn't supposed to exist. It was a signature no one could have anticipated, a result so far beyond the boundaries of prediction that it forced scientists to re-examine their models and assumptions. This wasn't merely new data. It was a discovery that hinted at a reality we might not be ready to face. The pressing question that now echoes across labs, observatories, and scientific institutions worldwide is this: what did Voyager 2 really find? How could this new information defy everything we previously thought we understood about the edge of our solar system? And perhaps most unsettling of all, why are experts now referring to it as the most haunting discovery ever made in space? Let's begin with what many consider a miracle of engineering and timing. Voyager 2 shouldn't even exist in the way we know it. Its epic journey into the cosmos only became possible thanks to a rare, once-in-a-176-year planetary alignment, an alignment that allowed Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune to be positioned just so, strung together like pearls along an invisible arc of gravitational opportunity. Back in the 1960s, a part-time NASA employee painstakingly plotted those planetary orbits by hand, using nothing but a pencil and sheets of graph paper. That unlikely discovery paved the way for engineers to design a spacecraft capable of using each planet's gravity to slingshot itself further into space. The result was an acceleration technique that propelled Voyager 2 beyond any distance humanity had previously reached. Despite this incredible engineering, Voyager 2 was still built with just 69 kilobytes of memory, less than what is found in the key fob you use to unlock your car, and its transmission power was roughly equivalent to that of a refrigerator light bulb. Voyager 2 was never designed to travel into interstellar space. And yet, here we are. After 46 years, this tiny spacecraft remains active, drifting billions of miles from Earth, whispering through the silent void. And now, it has whispered something strange, something that defies explanation. In 2018, Voyager 2 crossed a boundary known as the heliopause, the point at which the solar wind emitted by our Sun yields to the pressures of interstellar space. This was 6 years after its twin, Voyager 1, had made the same crossing in 2012. But what Voyager 2 encountered at this threshold wasn't what scientists expected. In fact, it didn't match any existing predictions. Researchers observed sharp changes in radiation levels, magnetic field strength, and plasma flow, expected indicators, yes, but the details were all wrong. Voyager 2 did record a massive spike in plasma density, which served as clear evidence that it had indeed crossed into interstellar space. However, the anticipated shift in magnetic orientation that should have occurred along with this transition never materialized. The magnetic field remained stubbornly unchanged, exactly as it had for Voyager 1 years earlier. This bizarre consistency was akin to stepping into a brand new room, only to discover that the wallpaper, furniture, and lighting were exactly the same as the room you just left. That's not how physics is supposed to behave, unless, of course, we've been wrong about the shape of the room all along. For decades, the scientific consensus held that the heliosphere, the magnetic bubble generated by our Sun to shield the solar system, ended at a clearly defined border. It was believed to wrap us in a cocoon that separated our solar neighborhood from the vast galactic wilderness beyond. But Voyager 2's findings suggest otherwise. That so-called boundary appears to be not a crisp, clean line but a blurred, unstable frontier, turbulent, contradictory, and shockingly inconsistent with what theoretical models had long predicted. Voyager 2 didn't emerge into silence upon leaving the Sun's domain. Instead, it encountered strange and unpredictable fluctuations, ghost-like pulses of cosmic rays, plasma anomalies, and data variations that didn't conform to the Sun's 11-year activity cycle. It was as if the spacecraft had entered a liminal space, a magnetic twilight zone where the old rules no longer applied. And then, the truly impossible occurred. Voyager 2 sensors detected a region of plasma that was unusually stable alongside a rise in galactic radiation levels. But here's the kicker. This shift happened without any corresponding alteration in the magnetic field. According to our current understanding of physics, this scenario should be impossible. Unless, of course, something else is at play, something interfering with our understanding, something larger, something we are only just beginning to glimpse. Yet perhaps the most astonishing part of all is not what Voyager 2 found, but how it found it. This spacecraft operates with half-century-old technology. No artificial intelligence, no advanced onboard analytics, just basic computers and heat-powered plutonium generators that lose about 4 watts of energy each year. Despite these limitations, Voyager 2 continues to function. It endures freezing temperatures it was never engineered to withstand. In fact, engineers had already shut down essential systems, such as the heater for the cosmic ray detector, expecting that instrument to die in the cold. But instead, it kept working, far beyond its thermal limits, almost as if the machine itself refused to go silent before revealing one final truth. Currently, only 5 of Voyager 2's instruments remain operational. By 2030, it's likely that all of them will go dark. But before that day comes, the spacecraft has made a discovery so baffling, so exact and yet so wrong by conventional standards, that it has the potential to rewrite everything we thought we knew about the outer reaches of our solar system. Because what we believed was the edge of our cosmic neighborhood isn't really the end, it's just the beginning. And what lies beyond that edge? Voyager the 2nd of May be trying to tell us, if only we're willing to listen, before time runs out. Prior to the data from the Voyagers, we believed the heliosphere was shaped like a teardrop, its tail streaming behind the sun like the wake of a comet. But the new information Voyager 2 is returning paints a much different picture. It appears that the heliosphere may instead be a twisted, distorted region shaped not by the sun, but by galactic magnetic forces, twisted, pinched, and constantly reshaped by interstellar winds we've never before been able to measure. In place of a clean separation between solar and interstellar space, Voyager 2 has uncovered overlapping zones of magnetic interference, sudden bursts of high-pressure plasma, and erratic spikes in radiation. These phenomena aren't just strange, they were never supposed to exist. They defy every model we've created. It's like trying to describe the shape of a cloud using a ruler, impossible and deeply flawed. Some physicists now believe that our solar system's magnetic bubble is being twisted and compressed in ways we never imagined. Voyager 2, despite being nearly 12 billion miles from Earth, is returning evidence that our sun's influence is far less dominant than once believed. And this isn't just surprising, it's frightening. As the spacecraft drifts further into deep space, beyond the sun's protective reach, it's becoming increasingly clear that the galaxy is far more violent than we ever anticipated. Galactic cosmic rays, tiny, fast-moving fragments of atoms generated by ancient supernova explosions, are no longer being filtered by the heliosphere. Voyager 2 is now exposed to them directly, and the data it sends back reveals something deeply unsettling. Not only is this radiation far stronger than expected, but it also seems structured, periodic, rhythmic, patterned. Some researchers now suspect that these pulses in the data could point to interactions between cosmic rays and mysterious interstellar structures, possibly dense clouds of plasma, or worse, the remnants of collapsed stars drifting unseen through space. This raises a deeply chilling question. If even Voyager's durable, heat-powered instruments are struggling to survive out there, what chance would human life have? These cosmic rays can't be brushed off. They burn through metal, destabilize electronics, and tear through DNA. As Voyager 2 journeys deeper into the unknown, it's painting a picture of our galaxy as a harsh, inhospitable place that could easily annihilate our fragile biology. Yet even as it reports on this cosmic violence, Voyager 2 carries with it a quiet, hopeful message. Each Voyager spacecraft contains a 12-inch gold-plated disc, a sort of interstellar mixtape, bearing the music, images, and greetings of Earth in 55 languages. It's often described as humanity's letter to the cosmos, our only deliberate attempt to reach out to the unknown. Included on that record is everything from Chuck Berry to Beethoven, images of children, mathematical concepts, and even a personal message from President Jimmy Carter. It reads, "This record represents our hope and our determination and our goodwill in a vast and awesome universe." Now, just think about that. Voyager 2 has carried this symbolic message farther than anything else made by human hands. And if there is something out there, whether conscious or not, it is hearing not our weapons or science, but our songs, our greetings, our memories of Earth. As the last of Voyager's instruments fade, that golden record will be all that remains, drifting silently, echoing through the void, a soft hello from a distant species that once dared to dream. Then, in its most recent transmission, Voyager 2 detected something truly unprecedented, something that should not exist. NASA has not publicly released all the data, but according to leaks from within the agency, one of the spacecraft's low-band instruments picked up a spike in frequency, a brief, repeating signal. It wasn't random cosmic noise or ordinary plasma vibrations. This was something else. Described by insiders as mathematically consistent, the signal lasted for 2.44 seconds. It didn't match any known modulation. It wasn't linked to solar flares or galactic sources. And then, just silence. The official story? A glitch. An error. A quirk of outdated hardware. But off the record, not everyone at NASA is convinced. One engineer was quoted saying, "It looked intentional. Not intelligent, but deliberate, like something meant to be noticed." Though the signal hasn't repeated, the fact that it occurred at all, and was captured, archived, and confirmed, has changed everything. Because if Voyager 2, with its decaying power source, obsolete circuits, and ancient instruments, can still intercept a signal that breaks every rule we thought governed deep space, then what else might be out there, waiting for us to hear, if only we were truly listening? Voyager 2 is more than a spacecraft. It's a mirror. A mirror we launched not to reflect ourselves back to Earth, but to remind us of what it means to reach beyond our limits. Everything about Voyager was improbable. Built by hand. Coded in assembly language. Operated by men and women who have long since retired or passed away. And yet, it endures. Not because it was perfect, but because it was human. Voyager represents a time when exploration wasn't driven by profit or